Good morning, guys. I'm sitting here super comfortably because it's still really early in the morning, but I just had a really interesting dream, and I was very excited to wake up and share this one. And it's very much inspired by the TV show Prison Break. I watched an episode right before I went to sleep to relax. And what ended up is it really influenced my dream. So even though the dream was alright, I kind of want the dreams to be 100% authentic and what my brain is, thinking about at its relaxed state and its own state. And so I'm going to try not to watch any TV shows and stuff like that before I go to sleep and see what kind of effect that has. But nonetheless, this one did have an impact on it by the show Prison Break. It's a rather wacky one, and so let's just get right into it. We are set up at this base camp, and we have all these greenish tents like in the military setup. I'm not really sure how we got them, but I had this thought on my mind that we had to go get treasure. And with this thought in my mind, one of the Schofield brothers comes over and pulls out a map and opens on the table and starts going through our kind of plan. And the plan is that there is a treasure located somewhere on the island that we're on. And, we have to go through here. And he said, there's some big weird head here, like a rock head. And you go around that, and then you go here. It's kind of silly how the maps used to be drawn. It's like when you walk by the twirly tree, take a left, and then take 100 paces this way, and you'll find the treasure or whatever you're looking for. It's a pretty silly way, but it's the only thing they had. It's crazy that now we have GPSs that know exactly where we are at any given moment now. Okay, so continuing on into the dream. Excuse me. I should say the jungle looked very, very green and just overall reminded me a lot of the movie. What was the movie? Ice Age number 3, the one where they're underneath the ground with the dinosaurs and stuff. And so the setting really looks like that, where the leaves are, these kind of extraordinarily big and kind of cartoonish to a point where one leaf is as big as my whole body, and ridiculously shaped trees and very, very green, this very, very strong green that was taking over every other color. And so we start walking through this forest, and we start following this map, and it's kind of, it's showing us walk around this and there. At one point we get to this river, and it even said from the river you need to walk down the river a bit and you'll get to this trail. And so we stop at the river to get some water. We just get washed a bit too, because it's probably been a while since we've been washed in the jungle. So we take a nice bath / shower. The water felt very neutral. The water was pouring on me and I knew it was on me, but it didn't feel like anything. It felt like air. It felt like air running over me. And so we just start walking down the riverbed, and what we find is one of our friends. Now, it was one of my friends. I said there were 2 of mine, but I guess there were 3. He must have gotten lost along the way, maybe a few nights back or something, but he was also following this river to get back to base camp, and he was going up the river while we were going down. I don't remember how or when we got lost from him, but when we saw him, we were all oh my gosh, he's still alive? There's no way. And he looked perfectly fine. Like, he was just strolling around. It's been like a few days. He's just like, oh, hey guys, how's it going? What's up? Like, he was just, hanging around in this forest. This very calm, but not calm at all forest. And so we just join up with him. No questions asked. Just, hey, how's it going? Good? All right, let's keep going. And so we get down to the bottom of the river and start following the trail. And along this trail, we just continue to run into stuff. We run into these pack of miniature dinosaurs. And we just somehow end up talking to them. Like, either we can speak their language or they can understand English. And we just start talking to them. And we show them our map, but we don't really tell them what it's about. And we tell them that, we gotta get to this area. And somehow they understand the map, and they're like, oh yeah, we're going in that area too. If you want, you guys can hop on our back and we'll take you, no worries. So we had some friendly dinosaurs in this dream offer to ride us like almost all the way to the treasure. And we just start riding on these dinosaurs. They're very small. They're like as big as a horse, maybe like a pony, like a smaller horse. And they didn't really feel scaly and leathery like you would think. I mean, it's a dream, so they looked very scaly and leathery, but they felt very feathery. I rode on a chicken's back when I was really, really young. And it felt exactly like that. Like this very kind of slick, feathery kind of shape to it and everything too. And so we're just riding on these dinosaurs' backs that feel like chicken backs, and they're taking us toward a treasure. And I know it sounds ridiculous, but that's just where my brain went, I guess. And what happens is we get just about to the treasure, and the dinosaurs really start to slow down, and they start talking in their own language and whispering among themselves, and then they just stop abruptly and say that this is as far as they can take us. We're not going to argue with dinosaurs. They already took us pretty much the whole way. And so we thank them very much, and we just get on our way. Did we even give them something? I think we gave them some of our food or something like that, because we had our base camp, and from there we took like a bunch of food. So we gave them a bit of our food, and we just thanked them and said, see you guys around the jungle, stuff like that. Thanks for the help. And so what happens next? We start going down the trail on foot towards the treasure. And what happens is we see like the CIA guy from the Prison Break TV show, and he's standing there alone in the trail. Like, he looks completely beat down. He looks like he's on the edge of like snapping, and his hair's all messed up. He's got that really patchy weird beard growing, and he just overall doesn't look like he's eaten in a while. And he just starts yelling, I found you guys, I found you guys, I finally found you guys, you're going to jail. And one of the dinosaurs just sprints by, picks him up, and keeps running. Or like out of nowhere, he just grabs him and keeps going and just sprints off into the distance. And it's like, I find this part to be so funny, because this was like, he's been waiting there for so long. He's been trying to catch us for such a long time. We found one of our friends perfectly fine, perfectly like, oh hey guys, how's it going? Good, let's keep going. And then we run into him, and he's like, oh, I finally found you guys, I finally caught you, this is the end of the road. And then our friendly dinosaur once again just runs by, picks him up, swooshes him off. And so we just continue walking on our way. We don't think about it too much, and we're just walking through this trail when all of a sudden, one of our friends yells, "Stop." And we're all kind of confused why, but he says, "Look at your feet." And little did we know, underneath our feet were clouds. And we can see the treasure chest, like a big glorious treasure chest, in the distance, like where there's this entrance to a cave, kind of, yeah, and there's a treasure chest in the center, and it's just in the distance there, and we can see it, and we're looking down on our feet, and we're walking on clouds, when all of a sudden, we just start sinking through. It feels almost like quicksand to a point, and we just start sinking through. So we try pushing through it. We try sprinting towards the treasure. We're giving 100% to get to the treasure, and it feels like I'm running through water. Even worse, it feels like I'm running through jello, and I'm just like pulling and pulling and pulling to get there. And then all of a sudden, I just drop. I drop through the cloud. And I can kind of like watch through the jello as the shiny treasure chest starts to disappear. And I just start falling. And then I start to panic a bit. And of course, that's when I wake up. I usually wake up a lot from my dreams from falling. And so I guess this one caught me there too. I mean, I sound kind of bummed that I didn't get the treasure, but in a weird way, it felt very real. Like, even though there were dinosaurs and there were these TV show characters, my brain didn't question it even once, and so I thought it was very real. Many of my dreams are like that, where I'll have a dream that I'm like telepathic, and I can pick up stuff with my mind. And I'll wake up and I'll be like, "Controller, come here," and it won't of course move, because it was just a dream. And so I wake up now and I sound kind of bummed, because it would have been really interesting if that was an actual treasure chest and we were actually hunting to get it. But alas, I was just in dreamland having a very interesting snooze that has woken me up in a great mood. And so I hope you guys really enjoyed that ASMR dream journal entry. This is my 7th one now, and so it's Monday, so expect 4 more this week. If you still haven't dozed off, or if you're still not properly tingled, then please feel free to check out my last episode or subscribe for more. Alright, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.